try to keep my head above the feeling I can't get rid of. It's haunting me. It's haunting me. I don't know what I'm reaching for. I can't see it anymore. I'm losing the fire in me. The fire in me. The fire. Why are we so far apart, disconnected from reality? This darkness weakening our hearts, an infection with no remedy. We're losing ourselves, but what makes us worth saving? We're slipping away. I'm slipping away from the light. We all wear our disguise as we dress up in our lives. I'm messed up too, I'm broken like you. Are we out of time? I try to keep my head above this feeling I can't get rid of. It's haunting me. It's haunting me. I don't know what I'm reaching for. I can't see it anymore. I'm losing the fight. Why are we so far apart, disconnected from reality? This darkness
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DM Sports Talk. Let me dust this thing off again for our yearly return. Don't forget after the season to, be here for our yearly disappearance. And then we'll be back again. It's usually how it goes.
This disappearance is your fault. Just saying.
I would say it's a mutual decision.
No,
but,
it definitely is not.
No, we're not getting into this at the start of the podcast. Just relax your tits.
Wasn't my decision.
So,
But you
We all
also
do
didn't.
we all know that when you wear your JJ jersey, your nipples are anyway.
Hey, bro.
So,
You know.
just relax yourself here, okay? Don't be showing that logo either, okay? Because they don't pay us. But you know who does? SeatGeek, a proud sponsor of DM Sports Talk, where you can get $20 off your first order of $50 or more. Or even Fanatics, where you can get $10 off your first order of 10% off of your first order of $50
you would
more.
think that
You know
the
what?
host
You know
would
what
know.
though? Speaking of Justin Jefferson, he just got a new Funko Pop released on Fanatics. It's a Fanatics exclusive. You can go swipe that bad boy up right before the new season starts here, and you can be gritty and all the way through the season with your boys here at DM Sports Talk.
Austin says, "Pull the horn, Justin." Austin says, "Pull the horn, Justin."
Hello,
Morning,
Don.
Justin.
Hello, Austin.
Pull the horn, you dummy.
The horn.
Oh.
Goodness gracious.
Hey.
Man, Justin, I thought looking
I don't
for
think I
looking for the
picture it.
horn was like looking for your penis for a second
Oh,
there, man. You
Jesus
couldn't find it.
Oh man, y'all are just
I can't believe you went there. Like we're 5 minutes in.
great to be back. Just great to
I've had this ammo in the reserve for some time, boys.
I can tell you right now exactly what's going to happen. We're going to be talking about a hot take on something, or like one of us are going to have something that like an opinion that differs from Justin, and Justin's going to sit there and fucking pull his horn. He's like, "You're fucking wrong, bitches."
I wish. I really wish I could, but
Yeah.
people wouldn't
So,
be too happy.
Yeah, Justin is dedicated, obviously, to the podcast. He's joining us from the road in St. Louis.
I'm
Shout
St.
out to-
Louis.
Shout out to Justin being here. Of course, Matt is back with us.
Imagine doing a sports podcast from a city that couldn't even hold an NFL franchise.
That's tough.
Yeah, they can barely hold an MLB franchise.
Yeah, I mean they got the XFL though.
Hey, shout out AJ
I don't have
McCarron.
to say,
All right. Well,
So
There's no
get
longer
right
on the
into
team.
it here, Matt. What is our first thing here back?
What's on the agenda?
So
On the agenda.
we're gonna do a new thing this year. Just on this episode. I miss with that being said. He's not said it yet. Yeah, there's no counter this time. Like I didn't even put a counter in. So we're gonna do something different on the first episode this year. I want to kind of I want to be convinced, right? Like I want these guys to convince me or convince each other, basically on certain teams, whether you're buying in on the hype or you're selling them, meaning hype's too much, it's just all hype, and you're not expecting anything great from them this year. And then after that, we'll go into divisional breakdown and season predictions for each division. And then I think we're going to cover like maybe a little bit of like season rewards, MVP, probably just the big ones, not go into like all the smaller ones. And then we have been assigned 2 teams, one from the AFC, one from the NFC, and it'll be each other's jobs to convince each other whether you why you believe they are going to be a playoff team. So I want to know why you think this team is going to be significantly better than they were last year. If they made the playoffs last year, I want to know why they're going to win a playoff game if they didn't win a playoff game. If they did win a playoff game, I want to know why they're going to get to NFC Championship or AFC Championship or Super Bowl or whatever. I want them to be better, and I want to know why you think that. I want you to change my mind. Okay? So, David, you wanna start it off?
Yeah. So I mean, you just want me to get into one of my 2 teams that have.
No, you know what? Let's just go. Let's go with. We're gonna do the buy or sell of just regular, like just a specific set of teams, and we'll start with the hottest and most hyped team of the offseason, arguably. Let's talk about the Detroit Lions.
Oh, the Lions.
The Lions. I didn't think that they were the most hyped team of the offseason.
They 100% were.
But I think they were about a month after the season.
They didn't make
and then it kind of died off because of the big change that happened in the offseason.
They didn't even make the playoffs, and they're favored to win their division.
I mean, neither did the Jets.
I mean, but the Jets made a massive acquisition. That is significantly.
You don't think David Montgomery is a massive add to the team?
Yeah.
Okay, well, sell me on the hype then. Buy in or sell out. Like, what do you want? Like,
so
talk to me.
Yeah, when I honestly when I look at the Lions, and you ask me, do the Detroit Lions make the 2023 NFL playoffs? I go no. I don't believe that they do. I don't believe that they make that next step. I don't even think that they're the second best team in the NFC North. I think Chicago takes that leap this year. That's my stand currently. That is my hot take.
The facial
Get right into it.
Like, holy did not expect that to start off. Like, all right. All right, Justin.
Oh my! Am I making a play for the Lions now too?
Yeah.
The Lions. Listen, also, it's so hard because I feel like the Lions can win the division. It's all going to depend on what the Vikings do. It's either 1 year they're good, 1 year they're bad. 1 year they're good, 1 year they're bad. Last year they were good. That means this year they're going to be bad. So I think that they're not going to be much farther behind the Lions. But I think the Lions take the division this year, putting them in for a playoff spot.
Okay.
With adding Jared Goff coming back, I think Amon-Ra takes that leap that everybody thinks that he's going to make him one of the, not the top receivers, but like a top 5 receiver.
Okay.
And with adding David Montgomery, like Swift he didn't play much last year, was hurt, I think, a couple games, which he sat out. So, yeah, I think Montgomery is a big addition for them.
Okay. So, my quick opinion on the Lions, because I could talk for a while. So, with the Lions, I think they've improved significantly. I do think they've improved over their year last year, ending the season 8-2 in the last 10. Jared Goff played about as well as anybody in that 10-game stretch. Now, I do truly think that the Lions, you have to be cautious because the Lions, you don't know what you're going to get from Jared Goff, right? Like, I remember, do you remember when Jared Goff took the Rams to the Super Bowl, right? Remember that? Went to the Super Bowl, lost that game, and then kind of just fell off, right? Like, and
Right.
that's kind of like my hesitation with the Lions is I don't know if Jared Goff is going to have that fall off that he had the year after he went to the Super Bowl, right? So I think it'll depend on which Jared Goff we have, but I think that, and we'll talk more about the NFC North here in just a bit, but like I do think that the Lions make the playoffs, and I will kind of reveal my expectation on whether they're a top 4 seed or if they're going to be a wild card slot when we do the divisional breakdown. But they do make the playoffs because Chicago blows ass.
Yeah, Chicago. David, what are you thinking, man? I know you're a Bulls fan, but god damn.
I'm not a Bears fan, man.
All
That's
right.
just it. That's my honest opinion.
All right, so
Yeah.
next we'll go.
Hey, I was thinking-
We'll go to your guys' well, all three of us. We all three hate this team. I know we all three hate this team. Let's talk
I
about
like
the
no team.
let's talk about the Eagles.
Oh, fuck the Eagles.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Fuck the
Yeah,
Eagles.
they're not making the playoffs. Honestly, I'll be shocked if they win a game this time.
Give me your take.
Well, so I mean, here's the thing, right? Is that if you're buying into the Eagles, you're essentially saying they're winning the Super Bowl, because saying that they improve upon last season. The only thing they didn't do last year was win the Super Bowl. They lost in the Super Bowl, and if that is the case, I'm not buying in on the Eagles winning the Super Bowl this year. I think there's plenty of competition, and I don't think they got better in the offseason. I think they stayed around the same. And honestly, I'm not even completely sold that they win their division this year.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Justin?
Listen. Okay, you ready for this?
Listen.
I
think we can
honestly
listen to counter.
don't. I don't think they. I don't even know if they make the playoffs this year because there's a new team in that division that's going to take it by the name of the New York Giants.
Shut up.
They had a lot of new people. That coach has got them boys playing pretty good. But listen, I mean, we'll probably talk about it later. I think the Eagles on defense is going to be good. They're definitely going to have the defensive player of the year and Jalen Carter. But
The
I
defensive
don't
player of
think
the
they
year.
make. Defensive rookie of the year.
Okay.
And if they make the playoffs, I think it's a low 6-7 seed, maybe a wild card team. But yeah, I think they're the third best team in that division this
Justin,
year.
your takes give me anxiety.
Why?
Stress me the fuck out.
The Giants. You're gonna see the Giants running that division this year.
Bruh.
They're like
Daniel
10
Jones
and
isn't that good. But we'll
Huh?
talk about it later. We can't. No, we stay on track.
no, it doesn't matter. Okay.
So, my take on the Eagles, they will lose week 2. Simple. Prime time in Philadelphia. They losing. This is going to happen.
Oh god.
Prime time Kirk is going to put to
Oh,
bed
fucking-
the whole prime time problem, and Kirk's going to go out there and slay. It's all right. You know, we're going to slay Darius Slay. He's going to be out for the rest of the year. Call him fucking Jalen Ramsey. Anyway, so with the Eagles, I think their defense, their front four on defense got better, right? Like Jalen Carter, better. Will Anderson, better. But then,
Will-
is he in
Anderson-
Houston?
Yeah, no, you're thinking of Nolan Smith.
Yeah, that guy. So their front seven better, right? But their secondary got worse. And I don't know that they're going to be able to do what they did defensively last year again this year. Their offense stayed the same. They didn't really lose anybody of any importance. I mean, Miles Sanders, nah, get out of here. I think that their offense will be just as good. I question whether or not Jalen Hurts will be able to repeat what he was able to do last year. And then also what the Eagles kind of had go their way last year is they were very healthy all year long. They didn't really suffer many injuries. They were healthy all year long. So I'll be interested to see if they're able to do that again and remain healthy and not have to worry about their depth at specific positions. I think they make the playoffs. The best team in the NFC East. I mean, it's not close. So I think I do think that they make the playoffs. So I mean, unfortunately, I just don't think that they're going to be a number one seed. I don't think they're the best team in the NFC. I think that there will be a different one seed. I don't think it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles this year.
Yeah, I don't think Hurts can redo what he did last year.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I wonder if they can stay healthy. Like that's the thing is they stayed so healthy last year. Are they going to be able to stay healthy again this year? I just don't know.
Well, and you got to think with them losing their offensive coordinator to us, like that offense is going to be a little different. So,
right.
I mean, yeah. It's hard.
We'll talk about two more. This one, Justin has to sit out on. You can't talk about this one.
Okay.
So you don't get to talk about this one. So let's talk about the Colts. David?
I mean, it's a pretty easy sell. I mean, we know what this year is for the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, I think it's probably honestly a third place finish in the AFC South. Behind the Texans, I think will be the worst team in the AFC South.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not by much. Honestly, I mean, yeah, the Colts are not making the playoffs. If anything, I think their defense might be a little bit more underrated than what people are giving them credit for, pending that they stay healthy. If Shaq Leonard and Julian Blackmon can be healthy for the year, I mean, that might help them out a little bit, along with the guys that they drafted, and try and bring that defense along. I feel like their defense didn't really get a fair shake last year, and their defense still was the thing keeping them in a lot of games. Zaire Franklin's very underrated. And then, we'll see. I think the Colts win maybe 5 or 6 this year. And those are probably 4 out of those 5 or 6 are probably Anthony Richardson's best games of the year. I think I'm open to the fact that he'll struggle a little bit, and he'll have his moments. I don't think he puts it all together this year, but I'm hopeful for the future, but just not this year.
Gotcha. All right, so here's my opinion on the Colts. I think if they're not in the divisional race by trade deadline, you got to move JT. Because you're not going to get anything you're not going to get anything for him now, right? Like he's on the pup. He's going to miss the first 4 games. Why would anybody trade for somebody who is unavailable for the first 4 weeks of the season? And we just lost Justin. So I think the Colts will be better than they were last year just because of their offense. I think that their offense has enough power, and here's the kicker, right? Like here's the thing, David, and I think you'll be surprised by this, is I think Anthony Richardson unlocks the potential that Michael Pittman has. Even though I'm a Michael Pittman hater, I think he's not good, but in fairness to him, he's had Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan.
And Carson Wentz.
Like, I mean, Anthony Richardson's better than all 3 of them, with them being past their prime. I think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer. Matt Ryan is a Hall of Famer. Carson Wentz is not. But I think, Anthony Richardson is a vast improvement to that offense because he gives that run dynamic. He has a a monster of an arm. So like I think that he has the ability to read a defense, right? So like I think that the Colts will be better than they were last year. I do think that I don't think they make the playoffs. They're not there yet. The good thing is they're the youngest team in the NFL. There's one player and he's 30 years old and he's their oldest player. So that's a good thing if you're a Colts fan, right? So I think that's a key part in what Indianapolis is trying to do. I just think that if you're not in the divisional race come trade deadline, you got to get rid of Jonathan Taylor. You got to get rid of Jonathan Taylor just because he's gonna leave. I mean, you're gonna franchise tag him? Nah. You got to get rid of him. You got to get some draft capital for him, and that's only going to improve your team in the long run because then you can go and draft another good running back and put him on a rookie deal, have him for 4 seasons, and then the advantage that you have there is you are young, you are going to grow, you're only going to get better. So that's kind of my take. I don't think they make the playoffs. I think they finish with probably 6 or 7 wins maybe. And that's kind of being generous. I think they beat the Texans twice. I mean, that's 2 of your 6 wins.
I didn't think they beat the Texans twice, but
so yeah, there's that. We're still waiting for Justin to come back.
I'm here. Right here.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I got to click on a thing and then you come up and then I got to click back on a thing because, stupid.
That's all.
Oh, hang on.
Okay,
so while we're waiting on this real quick, I just want to address this comment here. Number one seed in the NFC being the 49ers. Possible.
No.
No.
The Steelers will beat the Colts.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not this year.
We'll talk about it.
Steelers will beat the Colts? No.
I can't talk. I will talk. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I can't talk about the Steelers right now. Okay, so let's finish this part up with talking about the Vikings. David, you sit out on this. I'm going to cover this. No. I'm going to cover this very, very quickly. I'm going to cover this very, very quickly. So the Vikings were 14-3 last year. I don't think that we hit 14 wins again. I do think that we have improved. So when you look at it, right, Kirk has been with the Vikings. This is his 6th season. Over the course of 6 seasons, he's not had a single year where he's gone from one year to the next with the same offensive coordinator. They've been hired for head coaching positions. They've been fired. He's had a different offense to learn every single offseason. This is the first offseason that he's in the same offense with the same play caller. So with that being said, I think that the Vikings will be better on offense. They will be better on defense. I just think that their schedule is harder than it was last year because they did win the division. So their schedule is a little more difficult, right? We have week 2 in Philadelphia, Monday night against San Francisco. We have the Chiefs coming to town. Like it is significantly harder. So I don't think that we repeat 14 wins. I do, however, think that this team is being overlooked by the fact that the Lions got hot at the end of last year. The Vikings won their division. They had the 2nd worst passing defense in the league. They had the worst scoring defense in the league, gave up the most amount of points, had a negative point differential, and still were able to win. Okay. They bring in Brian Flores. We get rid of some age in Patrick Peterson, Eric Kendricks, Zadarius Smith. They're all gone. We bring in some pieces, right? We got Byron Murphy from the Cardinals. Brought him in. He's younger. We got younger on defense. We got a defensive coordinator that's not afraid of pressure, not going to just run cover and cover 2 all the time. He's going to pressure and put some pressure on these opposing offenses. So I think overall the defense will be better because they can't get worse. It's not statistically possible to be worse. So if the Vikings can be a 15th, 14th in the league in total defense ranking, I think that this team is going to be good. I think they can make the playoffs. I think they can make a run in the playoffs. I think they can win in the playoffs with Kirk Cousins. with Justin Jefferson, with Jordan Addison, with KJ Osborne, with TJ Hawkinson, with Alexander Madison, because fuck Dalvin Cook.
Damn.
Dude, the guy didn't want to take a pay cut to be, and then he takes a pay cut for another team. Nah, my guy. No hard feelings for that. Like I don't have any. I think the Vikings will sneak up on other teams. I think that they are being slept on, and that's the kind of Viking team that you have to be careful about, because every single time they don't talk about the Vikings, they talk about the Packers, they talk about the Lions. The Vikings sneak up and get it. So that's all I'm gonna say, and that's as unbiased as I can be. Just trying to sell you on the idea that the Vikings did get better. However, I don't think 14 wins is going to happen. Justin?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I could really talk about the Vikings, because every time I try to talk about the Vikings, you're like, you're just hating on them. You're just hating. And I love to hate on the fucking Vikings.
I know.
And it's not because of you. It's not because of you or you liking the Vikings or blah, 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 blah. It's the Vikings are a team that's like, you want to be, you want to root for them, but you can't because they just let you down, you know? So I feel like they like you said, they don't get the amount of wins that they did last year. I don't even know. I say maybe like 10 wins. I just think that you guys stumbled at the end of the year last year. Hell, you almost lost to the Colts until we had that epic fucking collapse, and we were fucking terrible last year.
It was a Randy Moss my guy.
And then you get dogged by the Giants in the playoffs, and I think that momentum kind of carries into the start of next season. And you guys fumble a little bit, but then you guys tend to get hot. It'll be like reverse last year, because you guys started hot. You guys started incredible. So the end of the season, you kind of fell off. I think it kind of bleeds over. You guys fall off towards the beginning, and then at the end, you guys are like ramping it up, get to the playoffs. First round loss to the Giants again. That's all I gotta say.
You know, you say, okay, just real quick, you say, oh, the Vikings are a team that you want to root for, but you can't because they let you down. You're a Cubs fan,
Yeah.
a Colts fan, and a Pacers fan, my guy, and a Red Wings fan. Like, I mean,
Let's see. When was the last time the Vikings won a Super Bowl?
1969 when we won the NFL championship.
Wow, it wasn't even an NFL championship. Crazy.
Oh,
But carry on.
they were an NFL
Hey,
team,
I'll-
smart mouth. They won the NFL championship.
When was the last time they made it to a Super Bowl?
1974.
So you haven't been to two Super Bowls in the last 20 years. You guys say.
Nah. We stuck in the Super Bowl, my guy. We used to that though.
Carry on.
We used to that.
Come at me with that.
All right. How you doing? Keep it moving.
All right, so-
all right.
All right, so we're gonna move. Let's just talk about divisions real quick. Let's start with the. Hey, you know what? Let's start with the hottest division that we've been talking about. Let's start with the NFC East. Justin.
All right.
Let's start with Justin this time. Let's let Justin give us his predictions on how the NFC East is going to shake out. We already know the Giants are running the division.
The Giants, baby. Hey, listen. They added a lot of new pieces.
Hey, Brian Dable got them boys for you.
Daniel Jones just renewed his contract. He's
Who's the
going to
number
be
one receiver?
Saquon's back.
Paris Campbell. Darius Slayton.
I think he's their two. I think Darius Slayton is their number one.
Okay.
They just added Darren Waller. They got some boys on defense and Isaiah Simmons. 6'4", dude's a fucking animal. They'll probably play him.
They got some boys on defense, named one guy.
I can't think of the corner's
Kayvon
name.
Thibodeau?
No, he's a linebacker.
But he's on defense. Like he's.
Dexter
I can't
Williams.
think of their cornerback.
Anyway, so you got the Giants and then 2, 3, 4?
Yeah. Okay. Giants, Cowboys. I think Dak makes that jump. I think Micah. He honestly might win Defensive Player of the Year this year. That dude is a fucking stud. Them adding that T.Y. was last year, but who did they just add? Oh, Stephon Gilmore on defense. He's a fucking lockdown corner.
No, he's
with,
not. He got
Diggs on the
shook and baked by Justin Jefferson, my guy.
with Diggs on the other side. I think they're 2. Yeah, and then I would say Eagles at 3, and I don't even fucking care about 4.
Washington.
Yeah. Who?
All right.
All right, David. What you got?
With that being said, let me break down the NFC least. All right. And I actually made some awards just for this division. All right. So you have Bitch of the Year, Nick Sirianni. Congratulations, bud. You already won it. That's all the awards for that division. All right.
That's awesome.
So first place in that division this year. We them boys. We're gonna go. The Dallas Cowboys are taking the division. Philadelphia, we'll slide right down there into second. The Giants are obviously third. The Commanders are gonna command that 4th spot. But also too, I'm gonna say that my prediction on the reason why Philadelphia slides to number 2 is because Washington picks up 2 wins against them this year.
Ooh, I like it.
Because the Eagles are a bunch of cocky little pricks. They're going to go in against Washington, and that's who's going to sneak up on them twice.
I like it.
No.
All right, so I've got the Cowboys winning the division. I think they're the best team in the division. I think they're the most complete team in the division, and I think Dak shuts down all the haters and proves that he is the guy for Dallas. Okay. They got faster at running back. They got better at wide receiver. They added Brandon Cooks. They should be significantly better, right? So I think their defense speaks for itself. I have the Cowboys winning. In second, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they will. I think they'll lose a game to the Cowboys and probably to Washington. And then third, I have the Washington Commanders. Okay, so the reason for Washington, and it's no bias or no hate towards the Giants for beating the Vikings in the playoffs. Like that's last season. I don't give a fuck. So here's why, right? So listen, Sam Howell is going to be their starter. Okay, and if he's as good as advertised, right? Scary Terry, Jahan Dotson, Antonio Gibson, they should all make big leaps offensively. Defensively, Chase Young should be back healthy. That defense is only going to get better. That defense was decent last year. I think Washington has the ability to leap the Giants and win that division, and get the 3rd spot in that division. Now, the reason for the Giants being last in the division, okay? Who's their receivers? Outside of Darren Waller, who do they have? Jalen Hyatt, Darius Slayton. Who? Paris Campbell, who couldn't cut it in Indianapolis.
Also, by the way, hang on. Real quick, though, just going to point this out. So, Justin couldn't name anybody on the Giants defense, but that's where Bobby Okereke went.
There you go.
And then I wasn't trying to name anybody on the Giants defense.
He was trying to
I was
name
just
a corner.
saying that
There was a corner. He was trying to figure out a corner. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Gotcha. My
I
bad.
just don't think that, like, Daniel Jones is not. He's not what he's being paid. The Vikings' historically awful defense gave Daniel Jones $40 million. That's what happened. Daniel Jones is not as good as he was last year in the playoffs. They got smacked by the Eagles in the second round. Smacked. Absolutely destroyed. And I think that is the version of the Giants that we all know and love. I just don't think that Daniel Jones is the guy. He wasn't before last year. It's just like Jared Goff. Jared Goff was a question mark before last year. These guys have great seasons, and then everyone thinks that they can just repeat it, and it's not easy to do. So I don't think the Giants are going to... I think the Giants make a big fall from 2 or 3 in the division to 4. I think Washington is going to be better than the Giants because they have more clarity on who they are offensively. Because the Giants got nobody to throw the ball to. They ain't nobody. That's the concern. Is what are you going to do? You going to let Daniel Jones run for 1,000 yards again? Like, you can't. Running quarterbacks have short lifespans. You can't do it. So that's my take on that. Now, let's go to the NFC North. I'll start. Lions win the division. Vikings second. God dang. Packers and Bears tied for 4th because they both suck ass.
Wow. Like that.
I just think, look, we don't know what Jordan Love is, so it makes it hard to predict 3rd and 4, right? Like, we know what Justin Fields is. He's going to run for a fuck ton of yards. He can't read a defense. He can't throw the ball because he can't read a defense. Like, we know what the Bears are. We don't know what the Packers are. We don't know what they're going to be. We don't know. I just don't know that Jordan Love is the answer. I think Packer fans write him off, but I think that there's an upside. He has a ceiling. He's already at his floor. So, like, you kind of have to be cautious on what you think about Green Bay because Matt LaFleur is one of those head coaches that you can't really count out of any situation ever. So it wouldn't surprise me for the Packers to be 3, the Bears to be 4. It also wouldn't surprise me for Jordan Love to be absolutely fucking awful and the Bears to beat the Packers for the 3rd spot in the division by 1 game. But I do think the NFC North will come down to the last 3 weeks of the season. The Vikings play the Lions at home. They play Green Bay. They play the Lions in Detroit. The NFC North will come down to those 2 games, head-to-head, Vikings-Lions, weeks 15 and 17, or 16 and 18, whatever it is. Like, those 2 weeks will be detrimental to the way that this division will shake out because it will be those 2 teams vying for the NFC Championship and a high seed in the division. Okay, that's me.
Next. David?
You got to hit it.
We just know that, Justin, you can talk about it.
About
the NFC North.
Oh, I mean, I agree with everything that you said. I think the Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears. I think it's hard to say because we don't know how Jordan Love's going to play. I mean, he could be absolutely awful, and they could win fucking 1 game this year, and they could finish at the bottom, and the Bears could be 3.
Caleb Williams. Oh, could you imagine that?
I think that the division will be the Vikings and Lions. I mean, it's obvious. Teams stink.
Dude?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think it's the Vikings division to lose. I think the Vikings win it, and I don't think it's that close. And I think the Bears are second in that division, and the Lions are 3rd. The Packers are 4th.
I'm here for it, my guy. Let's kill the fucking Lion hype. Jesus.
I personally, again, with Jared Goff again, can he repeat his success from last year? I mean, I think a lot of what's banking on that team is Jahmyr Gibbs being as good as what everybody is advertising him as.
Did you hear that the Lions were going to take him over Bijan?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
so
know that they
they-
traded up to make sure that they get him.
Yeah, so
But-
so I was just real quick. I was watching Pat McAfee yesterday, and he said he had TJ Lang on, and TJ said that he knew from sources in the Lions organization that they were going to take him at 6. I think it was. They were going to take him at 6, but then they worked out a trade prior to making the pick at 6 that allowed them to move up to 12. So they knew that they could get him at 12 and take somebody else at 6. But if they weren't able to move up to 12, they were going to take him at 6, which is before Bijan Robinson, which is fucking wild.
Yeah, that's insane. So with their offense, I mean, you got rid of T.J. Hawkinson, you lost DJ Chark. I think Marvin Jones returned to the team this year, but he's older. You don't know what you're getting from him. And is your entire offense going to be, just all St. Brown all season? And last year, what made them good was their ability to put up points.
Jamal
and
Williams made them
Jamal
good last year.
Williams, finishing off drives for them. And last time I remembered, their defense wasn't good last year. So I just don't understand all the hype within them. They're acting like Jared Goff is going to make them the Rams team that he took to the Super Bowl that's going to put up 50 points a game, and they're not going to do that.
That had Aaron.
They're
Donald.
not. They're not going to be able to do that every single week.
Right.
Did they have Jalen Ramsey on that Rams team by then too?
Yes.
So that defense was better.
Defense was
Then-
stupid good.
I mean,
They had Bobby Wagner.
Yeah. Can't think of his name, but they traded basically their best corner in the offseason, I believe, Jeff Okuda.
Yeah.
I don't see where the improvements
They
were.
added C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Right, so that's your defensive
dog.
improvement. Right, and he's good, but he isn't. I mean, it's him and Aiden Hutchinson. That's your defense.
Well, they got Sam Laporta.
At
Also,
tight
I
end,
wanna
right?
say-
Yeah, but I mean, again, though, are you but like,
Did
is
they
is
take
he?
Jack Campbell too? Did they take Jack Campbell too? Pretty sure they took Jack Campbell.
Yeah, but I mean,
Maybe.
if you're looking at that tight end, if you look at their offense though, and you think about their two running backs last year, DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams, did they upgrade those positions?
No.
I don't think so. They lost T.J. Hawkinson. They brought in Sam Laporta.
Mhm.
Is he going to be better than Hawkinson?
No.
I don't believe so. So where's the improvement?
I mean, let's be honest here. They took Sam Laporta with Spencer Petras being his quarterback his entire collegiate career.
Yeah.
Spencer Petras bad.
Yeah. I mean, and Sam Laporta honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being good.
Right.
But honestly, I think after they finish third in the division this year, I think this is Dan Campbell's last year
Ooh,
as
I
the
don't
coach
think,
of the Detroit.
I don't think
I don't
No.
know.
no, not after the year they had last year. I don't think so. But I do think that he
I think when they underperformed though to expectations of last year and failed to even meet what last season was, I think that's when he's done.
I think he'll get put on the hot seat and have to turn it around next year. Otherwise, he'll be gone. I think he's on.
No.
I don't think he'll be on a short leash this year, but I think he
You don't
will
think
get
he's
put
already on a warm seat?
No,
Because
not after the year they had last year. No, I think that he was on one prior to last year. He had the year he had last year, and I think that that took him off the hot seat. But I think that he can be easily put back on that hot seat if they don't perform to expectations this year, which I think Lions brass is probably thinking, look, we have to make the playoffs. We were a Seahawks loss from being in
Right.
the playoffs last year. You have
Yeah.
to make it. So,
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make the playoffs. I do believe that they make it. But I agree with everything that you said too. So I could see them dropping to 3. I could.
What I'm saying is that Seahawks loss should not have been a fucking loss. There was a lot of weird shit that happened at the end of that game.
Yeah.
all right,
But
let's keep it
listen.
moving here.
It's really gonna, real quick, it's really going to depend on Thursday night if we're going to see a good Lions, if we're going to see the same old line.
But if Travis
Playing Kansas
Kelsey, but that's the perfect test. If Travis Kelsey's not playing, I mean, are we really seeing the Chiefs at their best? Because Chris Jones isn't going to play because he's still holding out,
Right.
and you don't have Travis Kelsey. You're playing Pat Mahomes and 21 other backups. I mean, it's just. I mean, I just don't. I just don't know that you can use that as a true like ruler to measure how good they're going to be, because you're not getting a fully healthy 100% everybody playing Chiefs team.
Yeah.
Especially if Travis Kelce doesn't play. That's half the team.
Mm-hmm.
So
by the way, too, I'm also never judging a team season off of opening night on a Thursday night game.
No. Nope. Because didn't the Cowboys look good last year opening game, and then
don't the Cowboys always, I feel like, look good in week 1 for some reason,
yeah,
and then
always
you never know what their season turns.
And then Dak gets hurt, and Cooper Rush comes in, looks better than Dak, but then Dak continues to get to be the starter.
This year it's going to be Trey Lance.
Mike McCarthy. Yeah.
Trey Lance is going to make them dance. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So we went. What did we do? We did NFC North, NFC East. Let's do NFC South real quick because we're already at almost an hour, so we got to keep going. So NFC South quickly. NFC South. We're not going to get to do what I really wanted to do, but unless we stay on longer than an hour, that's up to y'all. But NFC South, I've got Saints. I've got Saints. Bucks, Falcons, Panthers.
Ooh.
I don't know what the Falcon offense is going to be. I could see the Bucks and I could see the Falcons being better than Tampa and being number 2 in the division. Like I could see that. I just don't know what version of Desmond Ridder we're going to get. And it makes me kind of worried. Like we know Baker can win. And I think Bruce Arians will put him in position to win. I just don't know about that defense anymore. No, Todd Bowles, but but the defense I think will be fine. They still got Antoine Winfield. Jamel Dean. I think they'll be fine. I just think that Tampa is better barely than Atlanta, and unless Desmond Ridder is this magnificent closet quarterback that we've not seen from him yet, then. I just don't. I can't put the Panthers up there because the Panthers, they're fucking awful. They look awful. Bryce Young looks good, but Adam Thielen looks slow in the preseason. He looks slow as hell. So Adam Thielen looks slow. They traded DJ Moore. They don't have CMC. What do they got? Brian Burns, their best player. Was Brian Burns. You can't forget about DJ Chark, Stud. Miles Sanders. It's probably...
listen, okay. My thoughts on this.
I didn't say it was good, but...
We're gonna say Saints won, and then everybody else tied. Because I don't know... I honestly don't know. If I had to say it, it would be Saints, Panthers, Bucks, Falcons. But with what Mike Evans said, if he doesn't have a contract by week 1, he's not playing. Like Baker's gonna have nobody, so their offense is gonna be absolutely terrible. Chris Godwin can't get open to save his fucking life. That's why they need Mike Evans to take all that pressure off of him. But as of right now, I just think it's Saints. Everybody else tied. It could flip flop. It could go either way. I have no fucking
comeback
idea.
Player of the Year, Michael Thomas.
I think Frank Reich can do a lot for that team. It's just. How they're all gonna play together is beyond me. I have no idea.
All right, David, what you got? Quickly.
So we're gonna go Saints winning the division, pretty clear.
Michael Thomas comeback Player of the Year.
No.
I would rather put my money on like Chris Olave being Offensive Player of the Year before I did comeback Player of the Year, Michael Thomas. So, second in that division. Jeez.
It's hard.
That sucks.
It's terrible.
God. You know what? Honestly, fuck it. I think they put it together. I think all right, we're gonna go Saints, Panthers, Buccaneers, Falcons.
Cool.
Falcons suck ass.
All I have to say is we're all, if we ever get to the comeback play of the year, we're all gonna get fucked because they'll just be like, all right, give it to Damar.
It's exactly what they're gonna do. It's exactly what they're gonna fucking do.
On FanDuel, I think the last time I checked, he was -120.
Yeah, he's definitely winning it. Like it's hands down going to happen. Like
I think it's Brace. I think he fucking lights it up for.
Oh, there's Austin.
So,
I knew I'd get that
NFC
little bird talking after that.
NFC West. I was waiting for it the whole time. NFC West. I've got. Oh God, this division's dog shit.
Yeah, this division's pretty easy.
I got Seahawks winning.
Yeah.
I got Seahawks, and then I've got the Niners. Then I've got the Rams and the Cardinals.
Cardinals won't win a game this year.
Do I?
I put money on it. Cardinals don't win more than 2 games this year.
I mean, I'm fantasy strategy right there. Just pick up every defense that plays fucking Arizona.
That's who I picked up, baby, Washington.
So I think the Seahawks will be good. Yep. Jackson Smith-Njigba will be great. I think the addition of him with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf and Kenneth Walker coming back, Zach Charbonnet is good. I think that Noah Fant, like that team's going to be very good. It'll all rely on Geno. I think Geno will be fine. Geno is not the question mark that Jared Goff is, because Geno has had success prior and had like consecutive years of success before getting hurt, getting thrown out of New York, all that stuff, right? So I don't think the 49ers, the question mark is Brock Purdy. He had elbow surgery in the offseason. Is he going to be what we saw last year, like without Nick Bosa? I mean, we haven't seen Nick Bosa yet. He's still not there. So that defense is going to be different because Nick Bosa is the wheel that makes that. He's what makes it work, right? Like that's his job. Make that defense work. So I think the Seahawks will win it. The Niners will be in second, and then the other 2 teams Cooper Kupp's probably never going to play football again.
That thing you just said. So you don't have to ask my opinion.
David?
Yeah. So,
David?
well, honestly, I think the Niners take the division still. I think Seattle is second. Arizona's obviously last. The Rams sliding into third. I do think the Rams will be better than last year, but I don't think it's going to take much to improve upon their last year because it was a rough year for them. So,
all right.
Quick and easy.
Flip over to
Sam
the
Darnold.
AFC.
Comeback player of the year.
Let's start in another division here that has been talked about a lot. Let's talk about the AFC East. In the AFC East, I think this division will be good. It's not the best division in the conference. I don't think so either. I think the Jets will win the division. I do think Aaron Rodgers makes that team that much better. Garrett Wilson is that guy. Breece Hall, fucking Dalvin Cook. Sauce Gardner, best corner in the league. He basically is Darrelle Revis 2.0. I think the Jets will be that team. The Bills will be second. I think the Bills, you expect it nowadays, but I think that they will still fail to live up to expectations of being last year they were supposed to be the team to beat, and they failed miserably. The third team will be the Dolphins. And then the fourth team will be the Patriots. Justin?
Oh man. Hmm.
Man, I can't get this cough
I-
away.
Yeah, I honestly think it goes. I don't know. Yeah, I would say Jets, Bills, Dolphins, Patriots. I feel like the Patriots could possibly leap the Bills if Tua stays healthy and doesn't get knocked out. I don't think they're going to get Jalen Ramsey back.
Not till
Um,
December, at least.
they just resigned Wilkins, or they haven't resigned him yet, but they're talking about a deal. So he's holding in coming back. I think late in the season, once it gets cold, I think the Bills just kind of fall apart, and I think the Miami might jump over them because they play a little more warmer games during that time. So I think they have a little better of an advantage. But I mean, the Patriots are the Patriots. They got Bill Belichick, but Mac Jones isn't the answer for them guys.
All right, David.
That's all I got.
Yeah. So interesting from you two. I kind of just look at this division as until somebody proves it to me that it's not the Bills division. I'm gonna keep them along the top. I think the Jets are second, the Dolphins are third, the Patriots are last. I don't believe in the Dolphins that much this year. The Jets, I think the thing that will slow them up from winning the division is I think it takes them a couple weeks to get humming together. And as long as the Bills are taking care of business early on in the season and continue on, I think the Bills will be fine. But
All right.
Week one, don't they?
Yeah,
Monday
Bills,
night.
Jets Monday night. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm so excited. All right, so now this is my favorite AFC division to talk about. My fucking favorite this year. I love talking about this division.
talking about the North.
Let's talk about the AFC North.
I
The
know.
AFC South.
Let's talk about the AFC North. I think this is the best division in the AFC conference. Like, I think this is the hardest division to predict.
100%.
It is the best. It is the
100%.
hardest. There are all four teams are capable of winning the division. I think realistically, three teams have a better shot than the Browns do. So I think we don't know if Deshaun's back or not. So that'll be like a a mid-season thing, right? But like
We'll see how many managers they have on the sideline this year.
Hey.
See how back he is.
he's gonna give Browns fans happy endings. Anyway, so
Now that they finally dropped Cade York, so you can stop blowing games for him.
yeah, so I think here's how I look. I see this division shaking out, and I'm gonna sell you on. I'm gonna go from worst to best, and I'm gonna sell you on my winner. You ready? Last, the Cleveland Browns. Third, the Cincinnati Bengals. 2, the Baltimore Ravens. 1, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, and here's why. The Bengals have had the same team year over year over year. Not a ton of improvements, not a lot of losses, right? They haven't really added anybody just through the draft, not really any free agent signings, nothing big. You kind of know what to expect, right?
They did lose Jesse Bates.
Lost Jesse.
They
There you
did, they did bring in Orlando Brown.
go. Okay, Orlando Brown, big deal. Anyway, so
For Joe Burrow, it is.
okay, okay, the Ravens. This is why the Ravens are better than the Bengals this year. Lamar is healthy. He got paid. Okay, I think we see Lamar return to MVP Lamar form. Okay, I think Odell could be comeback player of the year. I think that offense, Zay Flowers, offensive rookie of the year. I think that team as a whole, I was high on them last year. That defense pretty much stayed the same. That offense got better. Lamar's healthy. I think that team is, I mean, we're looking at like a very, very good Baltimore Ravens team. Okay. But you know what we're looking at? You know what else we're looking at? An even better Pittsburgh Steelers team. You know why? Kenny Pickett looks fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It's a fucking preseason
And it doesn't
game.
matter. I'm not talking about wide receivers winning against second string DBs. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about precision, accuracy, all of that matters. Timing, all of that matters. In the preseason, in the postseason, in the regular season, in the offseason, it all matters. What do they talk about in the offseason? Oh, we need to get to mini camp so our receivers and our quarterback can get on the same page, can get timing down. It's the most important thing. So in the preseason, Kenny Pickett looked great. Okay, looked great. They didn't win their division last year. Okay, schedule's automatically easier than Cincinnati's offense or Cincinnati's schedule. So Pittsburgh's playing an easier schedule. Okay, George Pickens, the guy. Deontay Johnson can be a guy. Pat Freiermuth, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. That defense has the 2023 NFL season Defensive Player of the Year in TJ fucking Watt. That team is going to be so good, and nobody's talking about them. And that's it. Mike Tomlin took a piss poor, middle of the pack, mediocre Pittsburgh Steelers team last year and got him a winning record. What is he going to do with a team that is vastly improved? Win the fucking division.
Also, too, I think their secondary is very underrated with
So
Joey
good.
Porter and Pat Pete there.
Minka? Oh
I
my
mean, yeah.
God. Like,
Yeah.
the Pittsburgh Steelers will be the best team in that division. Okay,
So
go ahead.
I'm gonna piggyback off of this because before you said this, I also had the Pittsburgh Steelers winning the division, but I do have the Bengals coming in second. That is my switch up there. The Ravens in third, and the Browns in fourth, and the only reason why is I think you're right. Cincinnati hasn't changed anything. And they do play in a very tough division that I do feel like if you don't change enough, the coaches alone in that division, besides whoever coaches the Browns, because he's never there long enough.
Kevin
But-
Stefanski.
Right. But especially, when you look at what's his name?
Zach Taylor?
Pittsburgh's coach. No,
Oh,
Pittsburgh's
Mike
coach.
Tomlin?
Mike Tomlin. There it goes.
Yeah.
It slipped out the brain. And John Harbaugh, it's tough to play against them every single year.
Let me just I'm gonna give you a little just a little statistic. I don't know if it's gonna matter to you any, but Vegas has the line for week 1 for the Bengals. They play the Browns, right? They play the Browns. The line is -1.5. They are 1.5 point favorites against the Cleveland fucking Browns.
The
who
tough
are
thing
not good.
is that it's week 1.
Oh, it don't
It's
matter.
week 1, and like you said, this division's hard to predict.
Mhm.
So I mean, if Vegas can't predict it, I mean, what makes you think we can't?
But if Cincinnati won the division, they should be a 3-point favorite. Like they should be at least a 3-point favorite, and they're not. That tells me something. That tells me that there's something going on, and we also have to take into account.
I mean, you
we
also
don't
don't
know
know
if Joe Burrow's gonna be-
Burrow's health.
Yeah,
Exactly.
We don't
Yeah,
know what his
so
health looks like.
let's not overthink the line here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
so-
just gonna quiet so I could be like, all right, listen.
Justin, so
You
what you
guys
got?
are way
What you got here?
dude. Okay, listen here. At 4, obviously, the Browns. That's obvious.
Time.
They're fucking shit.
Yep.
And 3, I don't know where the fuck the hype came from Matt. Maybe because it was his team to sell everybody on, but it's a fucking preseason game. Like I understand that you're like, oh well, the timing and this and that and this and that. You're literally playing the guys that are literally trying to make a team that are playing out there, and they're not good.
But look at the
And,
throw.
and as you say, Mike Tomlin, as you said, Mike Tomlin took this mediocre Steelers team to a winning record. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record in
That's my
Pittsburgh.
point.
He's a good coach. Doesn't mean he can win him the fucking division.
Why not?
At two. Listen, this was a toss-up. I put in a parlay that I probably cashed out because I could still cash out on it, that the Bengals would win that division. But with what happened with Joe Burrow this offseason and his calf, I think it's really going to bother him, and they fall to second. They did lose a lot of their defense. I mean, they got rid of Eli Apple, which he was a fucking terrible. We don't know really what's going to happen with Joe Mixon yet. If he's still going to be suspended, or if he can play, if he's good to play, he's not good to play. So I think they go to 2. And number 1, the Baltimore Ravens. Like, Lamar got paid. He's healthy. He's happy now. They got J.K. Dobbins back. He's no longer hurt.
I don't.
They
trust
added
Dobbins.
Odell Beckham.
You gotta.
They added Odell Beckham, and they added Zay Flowers. Dude's a fucking burner.
Yeah, my concern with the Ravens is you have to be careful when a quarterback gets paid. When he gets a fucking payday, you got to be careful, because it is statistically proven that years after quarterbacks get paid, they don't perform well. So that's why I have Lamar and the Ravens at 2. But I think the Steelers are the best team in that division.
I'm scared of Baltimore's health.
Yeah, they
Year
can't stay
after
healthy.
year.
Yeah.
I need them to prove to me that they can stay healthy before I can have that much faith in them.
All right, so let's go AFC South.
AFC South.
All right,
Yep.
I'm gonna do this real quick. Jaguars, Titans, Colts, Texans.
Same.
Colts, Jags, Titans, Texans.
You're so fucking biased.
Colts have the offensive rookie of the year. I think we Jonathan Taylor, we repair that relationship. We re-sign him to, like,
Is Jim Irsay selling the team?
$14 million to finish the year out. He plays in that offense. We win the division. I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl. I think we might make the playoffs, lose a game to maybe the Chiefs, because we'll be like a 7th seed and they'll be the 1 seed. And then the season will be done. But I think the Jags will be good with adding Calvin Ridley.
Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback in that division. Trevor Lawrence is the best.
You haven't seen Richardson play. He can be the best quarterback in that division.
Well, he did mock Eagles fans. Okay.
I mean, and I
he is the
appreciate
second
that.
best quarterback in that division.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the hell out of that. But I still
It's the best part of preseason.
I still think that the Colts are not quite there. I think that they will make vast improvement from last year. I don't think that they'll be the 4th pick in the draft. I don't think they're not going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. I just think that they're not going to be better than the other the other 2 teams. I think that obviously the Texans are dog shit. But
Yeah.
I think I think the Colts are a few years off, and it's nothing wrong with that. They're young, but I just think I don't trust in Jim Irsay to repair shit, because he's a dumbass.
All right, AFC West.
So AFC West.
I mean, if you don't have yours, I have mine.
Yeah, I don't
so,
know mine. I don't have mine.
It's very simple. It's Chiefs, Chargers, Bronco Country. They're not riding. And the Raiders. And honestly, almost put the Broncos in last. And I know how bad the Raiders are going to be, but here's the thing.
You're so bitter about all the primetime games last year, aren't you?
No, mainly the one they played against the Colts, because that was the worst game I've ever watched my team win. But no, also too, just the comments from Sean Payton. He gets there. They have training camp, and immediately he starts bashing the old coach.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah, right. I mean, they didn't have a good year. Right. But then he says, like, oh well, this is going to take some time to repair. He's not confident in that team.
Respect that.
And to even have a coach say anything to resemble that, to already cover his ass. At the end of the day, I think Sean Payton only cares about him and in himself and his record. Mm-hmm. And I think that's gonna be the continued downfall of the Broncos. I mean, Russell Wilson's gonna do workouts on the team plane, and probably get hurt. And unless Javonte Williams returns and can stay healthy, I don't think Perine's the answer for a starting running back job. Jerry Jeudy can't stay healthy. Tim Patrick can't stay healthy. Cortland Sutton doesn't stay healthy. I mean, who do they have?
I appreciate that. All right, so here's mine. You ready?
Okay.
From worst to best. Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers.
Ooh.
Okay, you ready for why? 1, we don't know how serious this Travis Kelce situation is going to be. We don't know how long he's going to be out. We don't know if he's going to play week 1. We don't know if he's going to play week 2. We don't know, right? Outside of that, the Chargers played the Chiefs twice a year. It's divisional scheduling. Last year, in both games, the Chiefs won by a combined 6 points, 3 points each game. The Chiefs didn't necessarily get better on offense. They didn't really add much. Okay? The Chargers added Quentin Johnston in the draft. Got Justin Herbert another weapon. Austin Eckler, one of the best, if not the top running back in the NFL last year. Scored a buttload of touchdowns, had a buttload of receptions. Very, very good. Keenan Allen should stay healthy. Mike Williams should stay healthy. If that team stays healthy, ain't no reason they can't win that division. Ain't no reason. Derwin James, like they're complete. They're finally complete. Yeah. And Justin Herbert should make a major leap after getting the bag. He got a bag.
Mm-hmm.
He should make a fairly large leap. Now, I know the Chiefs have Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. Probably going to go down as one of the greatest of all time. I won't put him at GOAT because he got to win 7 Super Bowls to do that. But shit, I have no reason to believe that the Chargers can't win this division, especially if Chris Jones doesn't come back. What if his holdout lasts 8 weeks? You just don't know, and that's the heart of their defense. I'm very confident in the fact that I can say Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders.
Hey, I kind of agree with that, but I'm taking Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers. I feel like maybe even if Travis Kelce is gone for the season, that is their main offense. I feel like the Raiders might even jump them. If we get the Garoppolo that played when he started with San Francisco, and to play for the Raiders with their offense with Hunter Renfrow, with Josh Jacobs just getting his contract renewed, with Adams is probably the best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, but who's their tight end?
I think
they got rid of their one of their best receiving options.
Michael Mayer is their
Michael Mayer.
Sorry. Justin, if the Raiders beat the Chiefs out in the division, I will get a Jimmy G jersey.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's so hard with we don't know what Kelsey or what Kelsey's status is currently, but I'm gonna keep them at 2. Chargers at 1. Justin Herbert just got his contract renewed. Austin Eckler was probably the second best running back in the league last year. Keenan Allen's back. Mike Williams is a fucking dog. Derwin James on defense. They got Samuel Jr. He's gonna have another breakthrough season. I don't see how anybody can beat
defense. So,
All right, you ready for?
Khalil Mack.
All right, we got 2 more things to do here.
Last
quick.
one.
Wait, what's the last one?
What? That's all the division.
Huh?
What?
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
That's all the division.
Yeah.
Oh, we had.
All right, so let's do pick'ems for week 1. We'll just run through real quick. You don't have to break it down or anything. Just tell me who you think is going to win. Detroit at Kansas City Thursday night, 8:20 p.m.
Taking Kansas City.
I'd take Kansas City. You took who, Justin?
Lions.
The Lions.
Okay. Carolina at the Falcons Sunday, 1 p.m. in Atlanta.
Carolina.
Falcons.
I'll take Carolina. Houston at Baltimore Sunday, 1 p.m.
Baltimore.
Cincinnati at Cleveland Sunday, 1 p.m.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
I'm going to take Cleveland because I don't know if Joe Burrow is going to play or how healthy he's going to be. Jacksonville at Indianapolis Sunday, 1 p.m.
Jacksonville.
I'll take Jacksonville.
I'm a biased fan. I gotta go Colts. I think they're gonna surprise people this year.
Tampa Bay at Minnesota Sunday, 1 p.m.
It's a 1 p.m. game, Minnesota.
Vikings.
Tennessee at New Orleans Sunday, 1 p.m.
Saints.
New Orleans.
Yeah, I'll take New Orleans. San Francisco at Pittsburgh Sunday, 1 p.m.
Taking the Niners.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. Arizona at Washington Sunday, 1 p.m.
Washington.
Hi.
I'm taking Washington.
I'm taking the tie.
Green Bay.
I'm taking Washington.
Green Bay at Chicago Sunday, 4:30 p.m.
Chicago.
I'm gonna take Green Bay.
Ew.
Las Vegas at Denver.
Fuck.
Hey, I'm on the road to predicting the Packers to finish better than the Bears because I know the Bears don't need Caleb Williams and I know Green Bay could probably use him. So taking Green Bay out the Caleb Williams lottery, okay? So yeah, just don't judge me. Vegas at Denver Sunday 4:30.
Denver.
Raiders.
Taking Denver. Miami at the Chargers Sunday 4:30.
Taking the Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers. Philadelphia at New England Sunday 4:30.
Eagles.
Philadelphia.
The Eagles. Rams at Seahawks Sunday 4:30.
Seahawks.
I'll take the Seahawks. Dallas at the Giants Sunday 8:30. Sunday Night Football.
I took the Giants.
Where's it at?
In New York.
Giants.
I'm taking Dallas. Buffalo at New York Jets. Monday 8:15. Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers debut.
Bills.
Buffalo.
I'm taking the Jets. So there's the picks. Now, one more thing that we want to do, Austin, if you're still around, I think that you will heavily appreciate this. So we have come up with the idea to do every week. We're going to pick and place a DM Sports Talk Parlay on FanDuel.
Yep.
Until we hear back from some potential sponsorships.
Did you say sponsorships?
I did.
You want to go to the game this week? Get $20 off your first order of $50 more at SeatGeek.com and go watch the Colts and the Jaguars.
I'm actually going to buy tickets now. Wow, crazy.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take every game in the NFL season or in the NFL Week 1 slate. We're going to take each game. We're going to pick one player collectively, one player to score a touchdown in each game. We're going to do a touchdown score parlay and just kind of see where we go from there, okay? So, Thursday night, Chiefs, Lions, who do we want?
Well, the lock is unfortunately injured now, so.
Yeah, the lock is injured, so we don't know if he's going to play. So we can always edit this because I'm not going to place this until Thursday until I know the Travis Kelce. So if Travis Kelce is playing, are we picking Travis Kelce?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. If Travis Kelce plays on Thursday night, Travis Kelce will be our pick. He's at minus 130 right now. Okay. If he's not healthy and he does not play, who do we want?
So can I
David
pitch
Montgomery.
this?
Do what?
David Montgomery?
I'm thinking Amon-Ra.
I was thinking Kadarius Toney.
Oh Jesus, we are all.
Here's the thing, right? Is that if Travis Kelce isn't playing, right, and they're gonna run a lot of bubble screens for Kadarius Toney, I think that the Chiefs have more chances to score than the Lions.
What about Jerick McKinnon?
Almost like Isaiah Pacheco
Or Sky Moore?
Say, I feel like I don't know. I would say David Montgomery. They love to fucking run the ball.
Yeah,
Like,
but
look
most
at last year when
of their touchdowns
really-
most of their touchdowns from running backs were not rushing last year. They were receiving touchdowns.
Right, so that would make me lean more towards Gibbs because they already said that they want to use him in the receiver.
Right. What about Marquez Valdez-Scantling?
No.
I would lean more towards Kadarius Toney.
All right, so
I
let's go with
honestly-
Kadarius Toney.
Okay,
Tony's at plus.
I honestly
210.
like. Come on, a little more.
Tony's at plus
I'm gonna say
210.
like
I think Amon-Ra is our safer bet.
so yeah. I'll put a vote on that. So Kelsey is our lock if he plays. If not, I'm on that.
Okay. You good with that,
We
dude?
can roll that. Yeah, we can roll that.
All right. Okay, so that's for Thursday night.
Yep.
Sunday 1 p.m. The Niners and Steelers. All right, so your top six.
CMC.
Top six will be.
Yeah.
Top six is Christian McCaffrey plus 100, Najee Harris plus 125, Debo plus 185, Kittle plus 230, Pickens plus 230,
Kittle is questionable.
Freiermuth plus 240.
I like Freiermuth.
I say CMC. We want to hit the parlay. We don't want to question the parlay.
The reason why I say that though is because the 49ers did say that they want to use CMC in a more limited role this year to kind of keep his body healthy for the season. And I think Freiermuth is going to be the main as far as in the red zone targeting. It's either him or Pickens.
We
I
also
think.
have Brandon
like
Ayuk, Elijah Mitchell, Deontay Johnson.
Can I say though that I really do like
What about Brock
the
Purdy?
Steelers defense?
What about Brock Purdy?
I mean, he'd have to rush a touchdown in, right?
Yeah.
First game back from injury. I don't like
Yeah.
it.
It's
I would
an
like
arm
Kenny
injury.
Pickett.
not a
Yeah, I don't
knee.
like it.
It's an arm,
I would,
not a,
yeah,
not a knee.
well, yeah, but even just, I mean, unless
You're not going to let him
lock
run
in.
around still.
Yeah, I would think Kenny Pickett would rush one in before that.
So this is all really going to depend on you, Matt. Where are you going to go? Because I said CMC, David said Freiermuth. Unless you pick somebody else.
I also like the Steelers defense for a pick six.
Um,
But
You can do that on your
I
own.
think we're gonna go CMC. I think I think CMC's safer.
Sure.
I do
He was
like
like,
Pat
damn, I'm
Fryermuth.
over
I do like Pat Fryermuth. I think Pat Fryermuth will score. I think Christian McCaffrey's more likely to score.
Okay.
Browns, Bengals. What do we want?
Chase.
Top 6 is Nick Chubb minus 160, Joe Mixon minus 140, Jamar Chase minus 105, Amari Cooper plus 165, T. Higgins plus 180, Tyler Boyd plus 300.
I like Chubb.
I like Chubb too.
There's too much of a question mark with Cincinnati if Joe Burrow doesn't play.
I'll go with Chubb. I'll go Chubb. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
go with that.
Vikings, Bucks.
Jefferson.
Top 6, Alexander Madison minus 125, Justin
Boys.
Jefferson minus 110,
Boys.
Mike Evans, you shut up, plus 165, TJ Hawkinson plus 160,
Where's that boy?
Rashad White 160, Chris
Mhm.
Godwin plus 195,
Mhm.
Jordan Addison plus 250,
Mhm.
KJ Osborne plus 250.
The boy.
You guys are
All right, what do we think? What do we think?
win the game.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson. Safest bet.
All right,
Boring.
So, JJ?
I would think Hawk.
all right.
Hawk is scoring. Let's
So
be real.
the Browns and the Cardinals.
You mean the Commanders and the Cardinals?
Yeah. Commanders, Cardinals. Sorry. It doesn't show me the team. It just shows me players, and I'm trying to guess.
Yeah. Oof.
So
Good.
Antonio Gibson.
Nobody.
Antonio Gibson plus 135. Brian Robinson plus 135. James Conner plus 165. Jahan Dotson plus 165. Terry McLaurin plus 165. Curtis Samuel plus 210.
I would think Dotson or Terry.
I'm a scary Terry guy.
I mean, honestly, I'm
don't
okay
know
with
if he's
rolling
gonna
with
play.
Terry.
Is he gonna play?
I think so.
I'm okay with Terry just because I think Sam Howell is good enough at quarterback to still be able to get him.
But what if we do like
It's
Antonio
2-1.
Gibson?
It's 2-1. So it's Terry.
I don't like Gibson,
What if
especially not
we-
at his odds.
They're playing. I mean, it's plus 135. They're playing the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah,
I mean, you could assume that they're going to get to the goal line and use him.
yeah, but they could also
I
just
feel like
give it to
the-
Brian Robinson.
Goal line guy.
So,
Yeah.
what do we want to go with? Terry.
Y'all
I like
said
Terry.
Terry. So
I like Terry.
Panthers, Falcons.
Bijan.
I think Bijan.
Miles.
I think Bijan scores.
Okay, what about Miles
Well,
Sanders
please.
at plus 160?
Who?
Miles Sanders is at
That's
plus
what I thought.
160.
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders. Oh, listen. So Miles Sanders at plus 160. Cordero Patterson's at plus 210.
I think Vegas.
If we're looking for more safe bets, I would say Bijan.
I got Bijan.
Yeah.
All right. Ravens, Saints.
Ravens, Saints.
No, wait, that moved. Yeah, there we go. Ravens, Ravens, Texans.
OBJ.
I'm going Lamar.
Lamar
I
Jackson.
think Lamar.
Lamar.
Yeah.
Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lamar.
Lamar's at
I just
minus
saw
110.
Lamar.
And
Yeah.
if not Lamar, then it's Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews. Yep.
Mark Andrews
Yeah.
is at plus 140.
Yeah. But Mark Andrews
Oh,
is still has a nagging injury.
Right.
So
All right, so
Yeah,
Titans,
Lamar's.
Titans, Saints.
Titans, Saints. I think probably Derrick Henry, right?
That's what I was gonna.
Or Jamal
suggest.
Williams.
I think Derrick Henry scores.
What do you guys think about Jimmy Graham?
Hell no. Michael Thomas has a better chance of scoring than fucking Jimmy Graham.
Chris
does.
Olave?
Chris Olave is
Like
decent.
they're Johnson. Who's
Juwan Johnson?
Juwan
Titans.
Johnson.
Juwan Johnson?
No.
I like Juwan Johnson.
Yeah. I'd say yeah, probably Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I think that's the safest.
Colts, Jags.
Calvin Ridley.
I'm on that fucking train, dude. I was
Wait, hear me out. Tanks Bigsby.
I don't think Tank Bigsby scores.
Good, I'm glad that you said.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Wait,
Go
hang on though.
Justin was gonna say Michael Pittman.
Hang on though. Evan Ingram.
No, I wasn't actually.
Hang on though. Evan
I was
Ingram?
gonna say Evan Ingram.
I'm not mad at.
That's
Evan
who I was
Ingram.
gonna say.
I'm not mad with that choice, but he's plus 270. And Calvin Ridley's coming back. Like, this is his comeback game from being suspended.
Yeah, it sucks that he's gonna get locked up.
By who?
I say
Julius Brents.
Yeah, okay.
Kenny Moore.
he's not even on the team anymore. What are you talking about, David?
Julius Brents. Did we drop him? Tough.
All right, so
Yeah,
what
he's on the for the Chiefs.
so what are we doing here?
Y'all said Calvin, so Calvin it is.
Is
I
that
guess.
what we want to do?
I guess. Yeah, we'll
I
roll
mean,
it.
you two said Evan. So if you want Evan Ingram, just say you want Evan Ingram. I'm cool with that.
We
I
can,
want
rock,
Evan Ingram.
we can rock Calvin. We can rock Calvin.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
Rams, Seahawks.
Tyler Lockett.
Kenny Walker?
Is he healthy?
Yeah.
What about
That's who I say. Kenneth Walker.
Okay, Kenneth Walker it is.
Alright.
Patriots, Eagles.
Jalen Hurts.
AJ Brown.
I got AJ Brown.
Alright.
Oh, what the fuck? Go back. I did not click on that game. Oh, fuck me. What happened? What happened?
Oh, Patterson isn't playing, by the way, so it's a good thing we would beat John.
All right, cool. So AJ Brown. All right. Aaron. So Packers, Bears.
Fields.
Yeah, I can get on that.
DJ Moore. Yeah, Fields.
I'm on the Justin Fields.
I mean,
Yeah, I think-
unless we went Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, the
Not
only
the only one.
options you got is two
I would-
running backs. You're not
I
gonna
would
get a
more
passing
DJ
touchdown. This is
Moore.
not gonna happen.
Chase Claypool,
You
anybody?
could do that little replay again like they did.
So Chargers, Dolphins. I'm Austin
Chargers.
Eckler.
Yeah.
Eckler.
Yeah.
Raiders, Broncos.
Jacobs.
I'm on that bus too.
Yeah.
Sunday night, Cowboys, Giants. Top six, Tony Pollard minus 125, Darren Waller plus 115, Saquon plus 115, CeeDee Lamb plus 110, Brandon Cooks plus 220, Daniel Jones plus 220.
I like CD.
I like the odds on Saquon.
Saquon at plus 115 is nice, but I think I struggle with letting the Giants easily score on the Cowboys defense because I think the Cowboys defense is going to be good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go CD, I guess.
Except that.
So then Jets, Bills, last game Monday night. Top six, Dalvin Cook plus 110, Breece Hall plus 110, Stephon Diggs plus 120, Garrett Wilson plus 135, James Cook plus 190, Gabe Davis plus 195. I'm on Garrett Wilson.
I'm on Diggs.
Diggs
screwed me way too many times last year. I'm not.
That's
on
fair.
Not
That's fair. I mean, I like Dalton Kincaid. You know?
I had a reach on there, yeah, Kincaid, but I like. It's so hard because you don't know what running back you're gonna get. So
What about Josh Allen plus 195?
I say Diggs.
It's
He does love them fucking short quarterback sneak runs at
He
the
also
goal
fumbles
line.
at the goal line. Thank you, Josh Allen. I mean, if you two agree on something, and I don't, I mean, it's on you. It's up to you. So, like, if you two agree and I don't, that's just tough shit for me. I personally think Garrett Wilson's scoring.
I mean, personally though, I do think Dalvin scores though.
I don't.
I know you do.
No, I think Brees will.
I think Brees will
score.
score.
I'm gonna say
Brees-
Garrett Wilson.
I think Brees will score before Dalvin. I just think Garrett Wilson is a deadlock for sure going to score. And he's at plus 136.
He said Garrett, so we can ride
Who we
Garrett.
going with?
Garrett.
Garrett,
Wilson.
yeah. Garrett Wilson.
All right, so Garrett Wilson. I'm going to put $1 on it. $1 wins $89,231.75.
Fuck yeah, boys.
Gonna win some money, gentlemen.
And if you guys want to win money too, follow for some more DM Sports Talk Parlay of the Week.
Austin, I just asked you if you were here because I was like, hey, like, you gonna appreciate this, right? So, like,
I just imagine how much money we win if we did for each touchdown score for each team, each game.
I mean, what if we round robin
Crazy.
that?
Goodness
For
gracious.
goddamn $16.
Oh, man.
Like
All right. So,
see,
boy,
we do
all right,
$1.
boys. So this was our return week of the DM Sports Talk Pod.
You can win
We'll be back
$700,000
here.
if you round robin at 15.
We'll be back here every single week.
How much money though?
I don't know.
These
I don't have the
guys.
thing. I don't have the like, hold on. Let me see if it saves on my phone. Hang on. I gotta log out.
Just do like the minimum 9 cents in
All
round
right.
robin it.
All right, hang on.
Oh my god, this guy.
I know, David. Your wife is probably itching to put your balls back in her purse. I get it.
Jeez.
Chill out. All right. You ain't
Ears
gotta get
are
off right
screaming
now. It's
right
already
now.
40
Somewhere
minutes.
else.
We've already been on for an hour and 40 minutes. You can wait 10 more fucking minutes.
I'm just trying to close it out because we can have this conversation off air.
Well, we don't need to have this conversation off air.
We do. We're the only people watching our own podcast
Hey,
at this
you
point,
know,
Matt.
I'm not even watching our own podcast. There's somebody else in here. Smart man.
Okay.
Yeah, look,
Austin.
bitch. I gotta rebuild.
All right,
that
let's wrap
because
this up.
It didn't save. So. There's that.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up anyways.
All right. Yep. So, all right, David, go ahead. Go ahead and wrap up, pal. Go ahead.
I'm good at rapping before I tapping. So, yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming back and watching the podcast with us live here on Facebook. We are going to upload it to YouTube and hopefully an audio version to Spotify. So there's plenty of other ways to listen to us throughout the week.
Why you would want to beats fucking me, but hey, I mean, go
Hey,
for
you know, if you're already having a bad day at work and you want it to get worse, throw it on, baby.
fucking facts.
You know, and if you want to save some money on some tickets, use our code at SeatGeek, DM Sports Talk. You know, again, Fanatics. If you want to go get your favorite team's jersey, you know, if you want to go get a Jordan Love jersey, you can get that on there. Get 10% off of it. Pretty decent deal. You know, and that is it for the week. Any other comments from the two of Matt or Justin?
Nah.
No? All right.
Yeah, not really.
All right.
Bye, guys.
All right, we'll catch you all next week.
Bye.